Coastal storms are always a difficult forecast for the Hudson Valley, and this one has proven to be no different. This is Bill Potter with Hudson Valley Weather. I want to do a video to walk you through what happened, what's changed, where we stand, and what's coming up. We put this on the website this morning around 7 a.m. and what you can see here is that really the western edge of the precipitation was really just barely creeping into the Hudson Valley at this point. We thought that this cold, dry air would continue to push east and continue to push this western edge further and further east, almost completely out of the Hudson Valley. We did expect, maybe a dusting to an inch or two, in Putnam, Rockland, Westchester counties. So that wasn't too this was really right in line with what we've been thinking all along. And of course, no sooner did we post this on the website than watch what happens. I'm going to show you the next 4 or 5 runs of this computer model. Runs every hour. So we post this on the website, and then this happens. And you can watch as it slowly creeps its way back northwest, and now all of a sudden, a few hours ago, now it's projecting almost 2 inches in Poughkeepsie, an inch in Newburgh. Anywhere you see blue here is 2 inches or more. It's got 5 at Westchester Airport. It was just, storms like this, the information comes in, and as a storm rapidly intensifies off the coast, it's a lot of information to feed into computer models to kind of try and get a better grasp on exactly what's going to happen. In a situation like this, 20, 30, 40 miles is the difference between no snow and 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. And when you have cold air like we have in place today, it's not going to take, you're going to get even more snow out of the same amount of moisture. And that's because normal ratio is roughly 10 inches of snow for every inch of liquid. Today we're looking at probably 15 or 20 inches of snow for every inch of liquid. So, you see 2 inches on here. This is based on 10 inches, a 10 to 1 ratio. So it could be like 3 or 4 inches of snow in Poughkeepsie. You don't know. I mean, it's a very, very difficult forecast, and we try to lay it out, but, unfortunately, it just, there's only so much we can do. This was the 1:20 p.m. radar, and what you can see here is you can see this really sharp cutoff. I mean, plain as day. If you're north and west of this line, Kingston, Monticello, points north, you're not going to get any snow out of this. Maybe a few flakes, maybe a dusting. That's all. But if you're in Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, and further south you go, the worse it's going to get. Monroe, Warwick, it's just going to be, you're going to see a wide range of conditions over a short distance. And so something to be aware of, once down here in Westchester County, I mean, look at all this snow. These dark blues have to come up this way, and that's moderate to heavy snow that you're looking at. So, I mean, where it's snowing, it should continue to snow. This has collapsed east a little bit, which you'll see in a second here. Actually, let's just go forward. This is a simulated radar for the rest of the storm. We're just going to walk you through. This is for 2 p.m. You can see it doesn't look super impressive. It's kind of collapsing in on the northwest side, but the radar, as this storm really strengthens off the coast, it wants to push moisture back to the northwest, and as it does that, you'll see that reflected on the computer model. Kind of pushes it back, and the light to moderate snow, this is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then finally around 8 o'clock, between 6 and 8 o'clock, starts to fall apart, and it'll finally start to collapse east and move out of the area. What are we looking at? We adjusted our snowfall forecast, and this is what we're thinking. Basically, if you live in the Catskills, you're going to get nothing out of this. Even the upper Hudson Valley, once you go north of Kingston, you're really not going to see anything out of this. We did have a trace to an inch in the Shawangunk Mountains in the Highlands. That's even questionable there. Probably closer to a trace, with zones. The most of Zone 3, northern part of Zone 4, Zone 7. That includes basically Port Jervis, Middletown, Newburgh, Poughkeepsie, New Paltz, even Kingston was in on this. In those areas, Hyde Park, Rhinebeck, just to throw some names out there. In those areas, we're going with a trace to 2 inches of snow. The further north that you go, the less you're going to see. Probably only get about a trace around Kingston, but down by Newburgh area, you could get around 2 inches of snow. It all depends on exactly where these bands set up, and as you can see so far, it's extremely difficult to forecast these things. So trace to 2 in those areas. Now once you get further south, get down in Monroe, Warwick, Peekskill, Carmel, you're looking at a general 1 to 3 inches of snow, we think, out of this. Again, further north you go, it could be around an inch or so. But once you get down to like Peekskill and start to push down toward Rockland County, you're looking at possibly 2 or 3 inches of snow. And then once you get into Westchester County, that's really where things could really get interesting. We've seen some data try and push 6, 7, 8 inches of snow back into here. So Mount Kisco, White Plains, Tarrytown, New City, Nyack. This is your storm. If it was for any part of the Hudson Valley, it's definitely for you guys. Conditions are going to be really rough down there. Road conditions pretty much anywhere south of I-84 are looking really sketchy this afternoon. And once you get down into Westchester, Southern Putnam, and Rockland counties, don't travel if you don't have to. We know this, we're expecting quite this much snow, but so road conditions could really take a nosedive, and hopefully road crews will be able to catch up to this event, which is caught a lot of people by surprise. It's a little bit more snow than we thought we'd get. So we'll keep tracking it on Facebook, on the website. So stay with us. Any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. And it's always an adventure with these coastal storms. Thanks for watching. This is Bill Potter.